That was the longest fucking piss in the history of PPs.
Yeah, it really was. Holy.
Jesus.
You should see my pee. Wait.
Okay.
No,
No.
thank you. No, thank you.
There's a lot to release in there, bro. That's a 10-hour
In the-
shift's worth of pee.
In the words of TJ Bowser, and we're back for the second part of this paranormal special.
Special internet legends, internet urban legends.
Internet Urban Legends with Jesse and Gabe and
Yes, sir.
Antonio snoring in the background.
Yeah.
And your host with the motherfucking ghosts, Lord Scuba Cabra. Where the
Lord
fuck are all these
Scuba
flies
Cabra.
coming from? Jesus.
Dude, I don't know, but how we ended last episode and now you're having a fly problem, my guy.
Man,
I don't know, man. Burn some sage.
you know what? That's not a bad idea. Hold on, let me. I'm not getting up out of my chair right now. I'm gonna have my son fucking bring me my lighter.
Yeah, but aren't flies like a sign of death?
Hey, I am not dying anytime soon. I hope.
Well, but aren't they?
Yeah.
Well,
and also other things.
Well,
I mean,
other things. Just evil?
my patio door was open. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Let's go with the logic.
You go over, not open.
Yeah.
No, I said it was open earlier.
Yeah, no. He was like, you go out, so it's closed now. Anyway, you go over, it's open still. Dun dun.
No, I can see it from right here. It's closed. Definitely closed. Definitely.
Swings
Slowly
open.
Ladies and gentlemen, my spawn.
My.
Okay.
Okay.
What was that?
He snorted.
Oh, what is on my door?
What?
What's on your door?
A thumbtack?
Did
A thumbtack.
you
Ow.
headbutt the door, you dumbass?
Yes, I did.
All right, so I got my nice little sage stick here that I'm gonna burn. Only because the dog barking really weirded me out. Because he doesn't do that shit.
Yeah, no, that would have worried me too. And the experience I had down whenever I went down into the bathroom with the door open and Luca growling at the bathroom, that one worried me a little bit too. I'm like, I mean, I guess ghosts gotta pee too.
I just had deja vu right
What about-
now. Lighting this
What?
incense. Lighting this fucking sage stick that I have.
I've had some really strong, really weird cases of deja vu at Demon House in recent weeks that we will cover in a separate episode because there's a lot of stories behind that. But
All right.
yeah,
So what are we doing this
what do
time?
we got?
What you gonna do?
All right, so previous episode we hit on, or previous part of the same episode we hit Slenderman, Rake, glitches in reality, and those like everything under that. So now we got to start this boy off with another pretty popular internet Reddit urban legend thing. Not just Reddit, because I've seen this. This is taking place. I've seen it's moved to TikTok now too, which is Stairs in the Woods.
I haven't seen it on TikTok.
Oh yeah, it's on TikTok.
On the other hand, I'm not the hugest like TikTok user.
It's on
What's
TikTok now too.
Wrong with being a TikTok user, Gabe.
Nothing. I just
Yeah.
don't use it that much. I literally go on there for like juice roll edits. That's it.
I was gonna put a picture up, but if I put a picture up, we're not gonna be able to see it because our faces will be covering it.
Oh, what of the Stairs in the Woods?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh darn.
Anyway, as legend / whatever you want to call it goes,
Well, I mean, can you really call it legend? Because I mean, this one's just barely been born.
yeah. And also, can you really call it a legend if there are actual old staircases that belong to houses or whatever in the middle of the woods?
Well, I mean, So technically that makes it legend because I mean these things do exist in reality,
Yeah.
but
The legend
whole-
around them.
the
whatever you wanna
creepypasta
call it.
legend or the Reddit legend was just created in I think like 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
because I've heard about them before that. I think it was like maybe like 2016, maybe, where I was hearing about it, but I'd never heard of like a legend on it, I guess. Like I never like heard where they spawned from, I guess you could say.
that one I don't know, but as the tale goes, you can stumble upon these steps in the stairs, these random staircases in the woods, and if you go up them, walk up them, you can enter some say hell or another dimension. I don't like that.
Check the audio when you get the audio for this, check the audio at this like 30 seconds before this point and listen to it because I swear to God I heard some weird shit.
Was it that weird shit that you and Gabe heard? That
No,
like
this
a little.
was something else.
What the fuck?
Was it from our end?
No, it was on
Because
my end.
I didn't hear it.
Like I didn't hear it in my headphones. I heard it like outside of my headphones.
Okay.
See, I wouldn't have been able to hear that then.
But yeah, so you can walk up them and it could like I've read different ones that say, oh, it'll take you to hell. It'll take a stairwell in the middle of the woods to hell. That doesn't really make sense to me. But also then there's the ones where it just takes you to another dimension.
See, the only thing
Or
I've heard on it is national like park people finding them randomly, like going on searches or something, and then they'll find them, and then everybody they don't give a reason, and this is why I never knew anything about them. I just said they say don't go to them, don't go up to them, don't just ignore them, and that's all they say about them. I've never really heard a legend on it. I just knew about them. I just knew that state park people and everything else, they tell each other to stay away from them. Don't go near them.
Well, there's actually quite a few of these, and these are like worldwide. Like there's and the phenomenon, like they have names, and then like it doesn't say exactly where in the country, but it lists the country here. It says Mount Phnom Kulin in Cambodia. I'm pretty sure I fucking butchered that. The Etruscan pyramid of Bomarzo in Italy. And then there's the case of the Vanishing Staircases, which took place in the 1940s here in the USA. And this is all legit. Like this isn't part of the Reddit thing. This is like real shit. There's a ghostly staircase in Sweden, Madame Sherry's stairs here in the US, the staircase of missing time in the Philippines, the Ranger's creepy stairs in the forest here in the USA, staircase without a destination in Germany, and then the stairs to nowhere. And you can look all these up online and see pictures of them. And they all lead to nowhere. And the crazy part is that there's some of these are structures that
some of them are wood, some of them are stone from pictures I've seen. Some of them are
and they
I've seen ones that are like Aztec looking, like they originally were on a pyramid before, which is crazy.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot of the times it's like there's nothing, like it looks like it would not go to anything. Like it doesn't look like there's any construction around there.
Yeah, no foundation of a building around it or anything. It's just a random staircase.
Like even like
maybe
rubble or whatever.
Hey, wait, construction. It's construction school site. Like that's where they teach you to build stairs. Is just in the middle of the woods. Obviously,
you never know. So it says here the Reddit story is a work of fiction, but that doesn't mean that there aren't real accounts that they are out of this world. As far back as the 1940s, there were stories of stairs that appeared and disappeared or moved all over Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh.
A doctor working in the area for the government reported stairs moving and leaving burn marks underneath. In the Philippines, a forest ranger was fired for being absent from the job. He climbed some stairs to avoid a dangerous dog and thought he was gone only a few minutes. In reality, it was days. There have even been claims that the derelict stairs are used for devil worship. Whether you
Yeah, I've
believe
heard
this,
that one too.
whether you believe the stairs are placed there by an entity from another place or time, or you think they are a fascinating artifact from a bygone era, no one can dispute that they are intriguing. What may have started as a great campfire story turned into a free-flowing conversation from users claiming to have seen the stairs. Most claim to be scared silly. Very few images exist of horrifying stairs, so there isn't much proof that they exist. Fuck that. I'm not willing to take any chances. Fuck all that. I don't even want to fucking see these
Yeah.
things in real life. So next time you're in the woods, watch your step just to be on the safe side. Don't climb the stairs or do whatever.
Or don't. Walk the other way is what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had a feeling, and I don't like that because usually whenever I have feelings, they're usually very true. But I've always had a feeling that in the woods, like behind my house, like that there's a staircase somewhere in there
Oh, fuck yeah.
that I have like
You have
dreamt
to
of
find.
and seen, and I don't want to see in real life. No, thank you. But I am curious to know if there is one up there. But I will never go looking. No, thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling. I mean, given all the other things that I know roam these woods around here,
Yeah, fuck all that.
yeah, that's a no-go for me. Also, while we're on, I mean, perfect segue on the topic of national parks. Because you also, like, you brought up the National Park Service guys talking about not going up them or whatever, that's what you read. There's also in national parks, which I've seen, this one's going off, like blowing up on TikTok too, which is the random bunkers in national parks and everything that supposedly, and I don't know if there's a Reddit legend around this, but there probably is, because by
Everything's on Reddit.
now,
Yeah, true.
that there's just random. Obviously, okay, so like, here's your fact: there are random bunkers throughout the U.S. that they were used as military storage. You have your abandoned missile silos. You have munition like storage posts. But the ones that I've been seeing and people talking about on TikTok have been ones that people go up to and they only open from the outside. Which, okay, makes sense for storage, sort of, depending on what you're storing. Which is a whole nother like conspiracy theory around that, is what are they storing in these things? But another thing is, then you will be told this if you do stumble upon one by national park rangers, like, that you do not go into them for obvious reasons. You have mold, mildew, all that, asbestos, all that dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
And then also, if it is true that they only open from the outside, if it were to close on you somehow, it's going to be hard as hell to get you out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then you got to think too, if it's like really thick steel and shit,
Yeah,
cell
or
phone's not going to
stone.
fucking work,
Yeah,
But I saw this really cool. I mean, I think it was a cool episode of American Horror Stories. And they did one on the national park and disappearances in the national parks. And the way they explained it is that there is basically a group of like cannibals that have lived in the national parks for ages. And so they basically, if you're out in the national park, not supposed to be there, they get you and they eat you.
if you
And
go off the trail,
they're like fucking inbred. And it was kind of like The Hills Have Eyes,
have
but
eyes.
in a
Yeah,
national park. And I was like, oh, fuck, like that'd be fucking crazy. Like if there's a whole tribe of these people that we didn't fucking know about. Did y'all see that? I didn't even touch my mic and it turned on.
it's Can I have a touchscreen mic?
I'm not okay. Sorry. I'm fucking delirious. I am so fucking delirious, you guys. It is fucking 2:15 in the morning on a fucking Thursday, and I am fucking dead fucking tired. Anyways,
You're a
but
legend
let's
for
continue.
doing this. But yeah, no. Then also on that, which tied in, and I like that episode a lot because it talked about that and the running theory that I've seen, the most popular one about the regarding the National Park Service, ties into our personal fave / least favorite topic to talk about, but always seems to come up, but we never say its name, which is the W boys.
The
And
W boys.
and that the National Park Service, which I'm pretty sure was that basically founded to corral these things, and that's why you're told not to stay up, you just stay on the path, and why there's so many disappearances around cave systems and going off the path whenever you go into the national parks, because people go off the path. And then this is the running theory, is that because our national parks are built on cave systems, most of them, that the W boys like to reside in, that if you go off the path, you're now in their territory, and the National Park Service can no longer help you, which is why they're like corralling them, but also trying to keep you on the path so that you don't become dinner to the W boys.
Man, I'm looking up some fucking like fucking people that vanished.
Yeah,
This is
okay,
fucked up.
founded by Teddy Roosevelt. And from what I understand about Teddy Roosevelt, he was a very like avid hunter.
Yes.
And the theory is that he knew about these things, which is why he founded the National Park Service to help keep them corralled. And of course, it would be too obvious if it was like, hey, you can't go in this area at all. So that's why now they're national parks, so that you can visit, but they try to keep you on the path and everything so that you don't stray off and become dinner to those boys. Personally, I don't know how I feel about the theory.
Well, I mean, it's like the whole Bigfoot thing, man. These things have to fucking exist, and you think
Oh, yeah.
these national parks are fucking huge, and there's so much undiscovered shit there that we don't fucking know, and the government may know, but we don't fucking know. We don't know what the fuck they're hiding there.
There was a map that I saw that it like layered unmapped cave systems or unexplored cave systems in the national parks, and they like line up damn near perfectly. And it's like, okay, so if we know these cave systems are there, why are they unexplored? And also it's like, well, there's your theory as to why, is because those things reside in caves and they are known to. If you want to hear more about them, go check out the first paranormal special if you haven't already, because trying to be as lenient as possible on talking about them.
Maybe W boys are feral fucking people that have just fucking lost all ties to humanity.
Yeah. It is hard to say. But I think W boys have something more supernatural about them.
Oh yeah, definitely. But who knows, man? Who knows what is lurking in our national parks?
Yeah, I don't care to find out. I will go to a national park, but you will not catch me off that trail. No, thank you.
I mean, the woods are already scary as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, exactly. And as the boys over at Real Dudes podcast said, they talked about in an episode where they talked about the Gabby Petito case. They mentioned that we should stop calling national parks and just calling them forests, because they are not fucking parks. They are just fucking woods.
They're just fucking they're fucking
you go,
woods, man.
Yeah. a park is where you go and you can see this, like there's a swing set and you can still see your car in the parking lot. You go to Yosemite or Yellowstone, you do not see your car in the parking lot. You look around, you see trees. You are in the woods. You are not in a park. If you hide a body in a national park, they will probably not find it for a while. If you hide a body in your local park, they will probably stumble upon it within the next few months or weeks. Don't hide a body. Just don't kill people in general. Non-condone. But yeah, like that was something that they brought up that I just thought was hilarious, and I was like, "Yep, I got to get behind that. Stop calling national parks parks. They're not parks."
I don't know if you've ever heard this, but isn't there like a strip of acres in some national park where like murder is legal because there's like no law there or some shit? I'm not making that up. I know I fucking read that somewhere.
I feel like I've read that somewhere too.
I'm gonna type that into my Google. I was typing in where is murder legal in the U.S. It's the last
Oh my
thing I need.
god.
That is the last thing I need popped up on my fucking
FBI,
Google.
open up. The
National
FBI has tracked your location. Just pops up on your.
Park.
That's why your dog was growling. The feds are they're outside in the van right now. Check the Wi-Fi. See if there's an FBI surveillance van on one of the Wi-Fis that you can connect to.
Oh, it's called the Zone of Death.
Okay, so it is a real thing.
And it is in Yellowstone.
Of course. Why is it called the Zone of Death?
It's a 50-mile strip of land in Idaho. That is where murder is legal, and here's why. In all criminal proceedings in the U.S., the jury has to live in both the state and the district which a crime took place. In other words, if there's any crime that happens in this little strip of land, the jury in the trials has to be people that live in the little strip of land. The problem is nobody lives out there, so the case would just get thrown out.
Oh, Jesus.
Think of all the bodies laying out there.
Yeah, right? It's like purge territory for 50 miles. That's it.
Pretty much. All right. What else do we got?
That's insane. What else do we got? We got Dear David.
Okay, so this one's going to take up some time.
Because it's fucking long as shit.
Unless we want to hit up our other two, Jeff the Killer, the man himself, and the dark web before we do Dear David.
Yeah, we could do Dear David as like a closer.
True.
Because we started out with a big one to start. Why not start with, end with the big one?
I mean, the dark web's pretty damn big. Not to Gabe, though. She never said that to Gabe.
Oh, womp womp. So I have a timeline of everything for Dear David, so we don't have to read every single thing, but I do have a timeline of everything, and we can just discuss that. So,
oh, nice.
That'll come in handy. Do we want to?
All right.
Do we want to hit that guy?
To Jeffifa.
Yeah, we'll do Jeffy Boy right now. Jeffy Boy.
All right. So Jeff the Killer, for those of you that don't know, was born Jeffrey Woods. And he's the main protagonist. Turned to the main antagonist in the 2011 and revamped in 2015 creepypasta story of the same title, Jeff the Killer. He's an adolescent serial killer and registered creepypasta. He was disfigured after being set on fire.
He was going to say and registered sex offender. And he's moving into your neighborhood.
And he's moving into your town. He was disfigured after being set on fire while fighting a gang of bullies and lost his sanity after witnessing his new and beautiful face. So the first time I saw Jeff the Killer, I was like, what the fuck is this? My kid showed me. And I was like, wow, this is fucking creepy. And then I read the story and I was like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
His occupation is listed here as serial killer. Oh, check this out. They have his powers and his skill set. You ready?
I'm looking at that right now, too.
hand to hand,
And
hand-to-hand
combat.
combat, prowess,
It's-
enhanced
yeah.
senses,
Senses,
you know, because
athleticism.
anytime anybody gets disfigured, those enhanced senses kick in. That's what comic books taught us. He's
Deadpool.
athleticism, inhuman durability, inhuman stamina, great stealth. Status,
Unlike
he's
your
alive.
son creeping in the background. Terrible stealth.
So
Status alive. I like that.
Jeff the Killer's hobbies include murdering people to
He's
satisfy
got
his
hobbies. Does
bloodlust
he scrapbook?
and stalking his next victim. His goals in life are to end as many lives as possible, kill his parents and brother, which he succeeded, kill Randy, Troy, and Keith, who were the bullies, and he succeeded in that as well.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. So Jeff was a 13-year-old. Jeff was 13-year-old who moved to a new neighborhood with his brother Lou and their parents.
Read it in a damn scary voice.
You want me to read it in a scary voice?
Yes.
All right.
Spooky month.
It's spooky month. It's spooky mama month, as 3C Films would say.
Jeff was a 13-year-old who moved into a new neighborhood with his brother, Lou, and their parents. On their first day of school, they were accosted by 3 bullies named Randy, Keith, and Troy, whom Jeff brutally beat up after they threatened them with knives. Lou took the blame for it and was arrested, sending Jeff into a deep depression. The bullies later attacked Jeff again at a party, and Jeff killed one of them, but not before getting covered in bleach and lit on fire by Keith. During this fight, Jeff's mind permanently snapped. On the next Law and Order.
In New York City, there's a dedicated team of detectives. These are their stories. Dun dun. I thought that would be metallic sounding. It wasn't.
So
I need a gong. Ding.
basically, when Jeff woke up, he was at the hospital. His head was wrapped in bandages. Bandages were taken off. It was revealed that his face had become disfigured and ghastly pale from the burns. So I guess because they threw bleach on him, it bleached his skin white, I guess. And he had bright red lips and a leathery texture. Jeff said that he liked this.
What gloss does that man use?
Fucking, I don't know, but it
Ruby
must
red.
be popping.
Them lips
Jeff-
popping.
Jeff said that he liked his face in this way and laughed hysterically, but the doctor foolishly thought that this insanity was merely a side effect of the painkillers and let Jeff go home. So later that night, Jeff's mother found
A
him
damn good
carving.
psychologist, obviously.
Jeff's mother found him carving his face into a permanent smile. You want to know how I got these scars? So that way he didn't have to
My
exert
father was
energy
a
to smile.
drinker.
Jeff's mother went to her husband, Jeff's dad, to tell him that the son had completely gone mad and needed to be killed. What kind of fucking fucked up mother is that? Our son's crazy. We must kill him. Perfect. Great story writing there. Jeff caught them, stabbed them both to death. This woke up Lou, who was recently released. Jeff telling him he was about to plunge the knife into his body, go to sleep. Jeff then went on to say, I forgot that's what his tagline was. Before he killed somebody, he'd say, go to sleep.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Huh. There is also a Jane the Killer, who is just a female version of Jeff.
Who is also a registered sex offender moving into your neighborhood.
Yes.
Don't let the killer name fool you.
Oh, and then there's a version where Jeff's brother didn't die. He becomes a serial killer himself and goes after Jeff. He's called Homicidal Lou.
Don't forget about Jane the Killer.
I already talked about Jane the Killer. Shut up.
Don't forget about Jane. Jane the Virgin? That CW show?
Jane the Virgin.
Yeah, no, Jeff's a whole completely different thing, and
I mean, and
unlike
he came out around the time that, Slenderman and the Rake and all those, I mean, all these creepypastas they all have like popularity of their own. I know this jackass walking behind me was Jeff the Killer one year for Halloween. He made me do his makeup.
2 years.
Was it 2 years?
It
2
was
years.
for RumsCon 1 year, and the year and a few years before that.
Oh, okay.
Don't remind me of those 3 years.
All right.
but I'd like to say that unlike Slenderman, definitely unlike Slenderman, I do not believe that the legend around Jeff the Killer has made that real. He is more
no.
grounded in like, I don't want to say reality, but he's a lot less of a spiritual entity than than the likes of Slenderman or
Yeah,
the
he's
Ray.
more of just like this kid that went crazy, I guess,
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
I just,
where would you find Jeff the Killer? Where could you contact Jeff the Killer? You know where you could find him? On the dark web.
perfect segue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gabe, are you falling asleep, Gabe? Are you not entertained?
No, I'm fine.
He's like, this man's voice is kind of soothing. It's like putting me to
Kinda
sleep.
is,
Hey, yo.
So, for
Just
those of
gay
you
for
who
everyone on
don't
the
know,
podcast.
for those of you that don't know what the dark web is, the dark web is a part of the internet that isn't indexed by search engines. That's the basic definition of the dark web, meaning it's a place where it's like the fucking Wild West in the motherfucking dark web. You can order all kinds of shit.
You can order.
Can't you order Dybbuk boxes?
Yeah, but
You
you can
can-
also order those like anywhere.
You can buy credit card numbers, all
Yep.
kinds of drugs,
You
guns.
can buy booters that literally shut down people's. This is gonna make me sound like I'm a hacker, but no, it's really just because I know people that are in this or new, and hopefully, like, they don't listen to this and be like, he's talking about us. We might as well fuck with him again. But anyway, I'm willing to put my life out on the line here and say that you can purchase actual like acid that'll melt like human bodies down to the bone in tubs. You can buy booters that will literally shut off people's internet for good and stuff that will help you like hack cars with nothing but a VIN number and the make and model and year. And you can, especially with newer model cars, shut off brakes, automatic steering, lane assist. You can do so much. Like you can, like there is a whole like nest of illegal and dangerous things that you can buy on the dark web.
Yeah. So other things you can find on the dark web are stolen subscription credentials, hacked Netflix accounts, software that helps you break into people's computers. You can buy login credentials to bank accounts, counterfeit $20 bills, prepaid debit cards, or a lifetime Netflix premium account. You can hire hackers to attack computers for you. You can buy
You can hire
usernames and
hitmen, too.
passwords. You can hire hitmen. You can hire people that will show up to your house dressed as clowns, as I've seen on fucking TikTok. You can buy people on the dark web. You can you can do a lot of shit on the fucking dark web.
You can, which I always thought these were a myth until I met said person who is a hacker and involved in this thing, that stuff, or claimed to be at least. But I always thought these were a myth until I talked to him. But red rooms, they do exist, and you can enter red rooms in the dark web, which are basically just glorified torture porn, murder, like whatever you like dream of. Red rooms is just a basic live stream of a Saw movie, but in real life, basically. That is apparently a thing that I always thought was a myth involving the dark web. But apparently it is not.
Hmm.
Here, let me find some more information on said red rooms.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you covered all of it. Because that's what I know of them, too.
When you said Red Room, all I could think of was fucking Black Widow.
Yep. Red rooms also had a thing on Reddit and 4chan, which is why I always thought that they were a myth.
Good thing I'm calling into work tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. Red room live stream on deep dark web where criminals will take people that they have kidnapped and kill them live on camera. Can be snuff porn, snuff films, but in real life. Audiences, and when you can access these, they can open polls in chat boxes and decide what should be done with said individual.
I've heard that, too.
Yeah. Saws, cutting, torture, etc.
Those are some sick motherfuckers.
Yep.
Your phone's causing interference.
Yep.
Can you hear it or no?
No.
Mm-mm.
Is it
Oh.
still?
No, it's not anymore.
Another thing that I was warned by, and I don't really know too much about them, and I don't want to Google them either for fear of it sending me to one, which is .onions.
Huh?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That is the top level domain that one can buy.
What do you mean?
Hmm.
Like website domains, like .coms, .govs, .webs, you know, like all of that. A .onion is, what I was warned is to never click on one because they are so highly registered. They are used, from what I understand.
Huh.
You should probably plug in.
His computer, yeah.
Yeah.
It says they're used by Tor users, whatever a Tor user is.
Tor
But
is
I saw that pop up whenever I was googling dark web too.
yeah. Tor is the ad, like the browser that you have to use to get to the dark web.
Up close of Jesse?
Up close.
Extreme up close. Oh.
I mean, it went in. Oh, it made a noise too.
He
Like
yelled at
me.
you.
Me, is that the right hole? Oh, it went in.
Yeah. Oh,
made
it
a
went in.
noise.
Said
It
that
went
one
in. It
before.
must be.
Said that one before.
So
That's
from
not
the
good.
dark web to the Twitterverse, we are going to talk to you about the story of Dear David.
Dun
Now,
dun dun.
when I first saw this back in 2017, I actually started. I was like maybe 3 stories behind, and I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" The dude was like, "Oh, my cats are acting weird," you know, and it just went on and on and on. I was like, "What the fuck?" So the first tweet about this was August 7th, 2017. And this guy, Adam Ellis, tweeted, "So my apartment is currently being haunted by the ghost of a dead child, and he's trying to kill me." And he posted this long ass thread, and then he drew what David looked like. And let me see if I can find it. Now, before I do have my issues with this story,
I do too.
but if it is a real story, it's I mean, it's fucking cool. You can't really see him because he's behind us, but
But yeah. You can see him for a split second if you
yeah,
pause on the
split
YouTube
second.
version.
So-
It's cute.
or something.
So Adam Road, he has
Got a big old chrome dome.
huge misshapen head that was dented on one side, and he drew it. And he had another dream a few nights later, something about he was in a library and a girl came up to him and said, "You've seen Dear David, haven't you?" And he was like, "Who?" And she said, "Dear David, you saw him." So it goes on and on and on. And then his cats start acting weird. It says, "For the past 4 nights, my cats gathered at the front door at exactly midnight. They just stare like something's on the other side." And that was on August 7th, 2017. Then the cats started acting weird again, August 8th through the 9th. And then fast forward. Where is that fucking picture? Oh, August 8th. He took a picture through his peephole and there was something out there. And when he took the picture with the door open, there was nothing out there. So that's another weird thing. So then more pictures of his cats. And then I don't know, man. This story just went on and on and on to this fucking like roller coaster fucking ride of fucking.
I do recommend if people want to hear the full thing, like it's still out there. You can definitely check
Yeah,
it out.
because it's way too much for us to fucking cover here. We'll be here
Yeah.
for another fucking 2 hours just reading tweet by tweet.
Mm-hmm.
But it just goes on and on and on and on. And I was just so fucking just caught up with this fucking story. And then, when he finally started finding like shoes and then found like where David supposedly died and all this other crazy shit that just happened. And then he had video of shit moving around in his apartment while he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And oh shit. Well, I guess that I don't know if that ever happened or not. So the last tweet he tweeted about Dear David was, "Here's some Dear David news. Dan Lin, producer of It, will be producing a Dear David film with screenwriter
Yeah.
Mike Van Ways."
That's
I don't-
I was reading up on that too.
So I don't know if they were fucking.
That'd be a good movie though.
Ah,
Eh.
Listen
I
to
feel like it would be good.
listen to this tweet he put. So this is what gives me my suspicions. "For everyone asking if I'm alive, I'm doing okay. It's been pretty quiet around here lately, and I've been trying to focus on work. Of course, I'll keep you updated if anything strange happens, but for now, I'm staying busy with drawing and other projects." So
Yep.
was this just all one big scam? Like, was he fucking
I feel like he was testing the water. I said waters.
the water?
Water. Yeah, the waters for
He was
maybe a new
testing the
project.
wafers, the vanilla wafers.
Well, see, and that's what once
Yeah.
I found out that this dude was a writer, I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, this is all bullshit. This is all fucking
Mhm.
just made up bullshit." But it was pulled off so well.
Mhm.
This internet story is fucking legend. And it all started because this dude just was like,
Drew
"Hey,
that
fuck it.
damn
Let's."
picture.
Yeah. And then people were just so fucking like freaked out by it. Everybody loves a good fucking paranormal story.
Yep.
So
True.
with the facts, and I say facts in quotations, that this guy put up, I mean, people were just fucking mystified by everything he was putting out.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and my biggest problems with the whole thing was I feel like there was almost too much evidence. And like if you like have read it or seen the whole thread or go check it out. There's pictures where he's captured like the live thing in his apartment, and to me it always looked too much like a doll.
Yeah.
And you can give us our paranormal investigator side of this, but I'm pretty sure that spirits do not photograph the way that he had those photographs of.
Well, and so have there been cases where you photograph an entity and it looks almost like a person really there? Yeah. I mean, there are cases where that happens, but the way this happened, no. You can tell that everything was set up. Um, but at first, I was real creeped out with that first photo he put up of David sitting in that chair or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was the chair.
That freaked me the fuck out. I was like, wow, like this is the most solid evidence I've ever fucking seen of a fucking ghost or an entity or whatever the fuck it was. And I was shook. And like I said, it wasn't until later on when I found out that the dude was a writer that I'm like, okay, like this is all story. Like this is just fucking bullshit.
Yeah, no, and towards the end of it all, one of his like final tweets, like before where he was like everything's going back to normal, but before that he posted something on his like IG or whatever that was also on part of the thread of his like face glitched when he was like out with somebody, and his face was glitched and half of it sort of looked like David. So my theory for all of that was that how this story would end was that he was slowly morphing into the himself.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he literally just dropped the story out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like he stopped tweeting about it.
Maybe David possessed him.
Who knows?
The world may never know.
I don't even know if there's any updates on the guy though.
Something I could find. I'm pretty sure that thing where it was like the movie. I think that was probably like that's the last thing I read too, and I was like, okay.
He posted 4 hours ago.
So at least he's still up and around.
Yeah.
Still
and
kicking.
he just posted a picture with his girlfriend or wife or whoever the fuck she is. So he's still posting and stuff, so seems to be doing fine.
So it's not like he just disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Would have made for a cooler story though.
And he
Yeah.
does have an OnlyFans.
Oh,
What?
what? Oh, hey, yo, plug
He's got an
that shit.
OnlyFans and a Patreon.
Interesting.
Like, hey man, I retired from ghost hunting. I'm doing OnlyFans now, or from ghost storytelling. I'm doing an OnlyFans now.
There's
You know
more
how
money
it
in
goes.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got for Dear David.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't have a whole lot more of that guy either. I just thought it was interesting. It was definitely a big one at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That's
There was a lot of YouTubers. Yeah, keyword at some point. Back in the prime, you know.
Back in my prime, you know.
Yeah. Or as Eddie Murphy would say, these are my fucking years.
These my fucking years. Yes, sir.
But yeah, no, I thought that one was an interesting, like, bullshit or not. I think it was all a work of fiction played out in a very, very effective and good way.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
All right, ghouls and gals.
All right, boils and ghouls.
He's always got to do things so much better than me.
I have to one up you, man. It's
Yeah.
your show, but you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
you know,
I do what I want. I do
Yeah.
what I want.
as you should. Um, believe me, there is a lot more internet urban legends out there that we can cover in another episode, for sure.
And we will.
And we will. With scuba again, probably.
Yeah. Just not this fucking late, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Please.
I should
It's
have been
gonna
in
make me
bed.
go to sleep, bruh, just by him talking.
I should have been in bed like 5 hours ago, guys.
Yeah.
I've been
On
up
the bright
since
side,
6
we're not
o'clock.
ending recording at exactly 3 o'clock this time.
Yes.
Our time.
Yeah.
'cause
Well,
Fuck.
it's 3 o'clock for him.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, the rules have changed.
Have fun.
Fuck off. All right. Are we
So,
done?
Scuba,
Is that it? What are
Scuba,
we
my
doing?
guy,
Yeah.
why don't you, before we roll into this outro, why don't you go ahead and
Plug yours.
plug somewhat for us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like the paranormal, you like UFOs, you like cryptids, you like hauntings, any of that shit, if you enjoy any of it, please give my podcast a listen. Somewhat Supernatural. You can find me at any fucking podcasting hosting site. Go to Google, type in Somewhat Supernatural. I'm the only one that pops up. YouTube, you want to see this ugly mug? You can find all the past episodes.
Yeah, maybe
on
you don't even
YouTube.
like the paranormal. You just like Scuba himself, and you go check out his podcast.
Yeah, fucking check it out, man. And be sure to check out every Monday on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook over at Project Louder. Gore and More, the newest podcast that I'm on.
Yeah.
I started out as just like a guest host, and now I'm on it. So
And now you're on it. Now
I'm living the
made it,
dream. I am living the
baby.
dream.
Living
I
the
get to
dream,
see-
baby.
You get to see Johnny D, Chad, and Bobby. Sometimes TJ when he decides he wants to pop in. But you guys like horror movies? We review a different horror movie every Monday. This coming, well, I don't know when this episode's coming out, but just go give our fucking podcast some love, man. And just a heads up, this podcast right here that I am on right now will be joining Project Louder very soon. Very soon. So keep your ears open for that.
Yeah.
And like Jesse said in the previous episode, in the first half of this, we have all different kinds of podcasts. Anything you can think of, go check it out at projectlouder.net. Everybody's episodes are up. There is something there for everyone. There are tons of new shows in production right now. So just be sure to give a listen, give a follow, give a like, show some love to the Project Louder Network. And that's all I got for you.
As you should. TJ himself, the man himself, is an absolute legend, and that I am honored to have met and become friends with everyone from Gore and More to you to really, I mean, like that's the like that. Those are like in-person meets. That's who I've met through TJ was Chad. You now had the pleasure of meeting Corey too. He doesn't make a whole lot of appearances, but that's Cabin 13 himself, is it not?
Yes, sir. Him and Dale.
Yep. I never met Dale, but Corey's a cool guy too. But yeah, no, it's just on that. Definitely an honor that we will be a part of
Hell yeah.
Project Louder.
And we can't wait to have you, man. Like I said, things are just gonna get bigger, man.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's gonna wrap up this episode of the full thing of Paranormal
Part
Special.
2, Part 1.
Part
all
2,
wrapped
Part
up.
1. Probably gonna try to drop this at the same day, because if we don't, people are gonna be real confused whenever they're just like, Jesse just got up to pee and the episode ended.
Yeah.
So even though they're split into 2 parts, they probably will be releasing the same day. So thanks for checking this out.
Oh, and Gabe. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he knew.
Huh?
I didn't even know he knew.
I
It
know
totally wasn't.
everything.
Yeah, he knows everything.
I know all.
Yeah.
I just searched you up on the dark web. That's all it was.
Yeah, that makes me feel so much better.
You wouldn't find anything on him. Social Security doesn't even think he exists.
Yeah, true.
He's dark web proof.
Damn. No, but happy early birthday, man.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that'll be this episode, and stay tuned for another one. And that investigation coming up, it keeps inching closer and closer, and we are slowly purchasing all the equipment we need for that at none other than Demon House Haunted Attraction in Monongahela themselves, which when this episode drops will still be open, might I add. So definitely go check out the best haunted house, dare I say, in the area.
Mhm.
And also send Gabe nudes for his birthday. Dudes,
Yeah. Yeah.
dudes, chicks, doesn't matter.
Dudes, chicks, doesn't matter what you are.
Everybody send Gabe a nude for his fucking birthday.
Hell yeah. This man's turning 20 over here.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's all old and shit. Crazy. But so that's coming up, and we probably will have another paranormal special
Mm-hmm.
with Scuba and who knows who else out by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, until then, we should be back to regularly scheduled programming after this. Probably another episode with another recurring guest. I don't know what it is with us and recurring guests. I can't believe people would agree to be on this shit show for more than one episode.
Yeah, true.
But we might have another episode with Savannah out after this. So until then, I'm Jesse.
This is Gabe.
And we're the B4L podcast. And that is your man, Scuba. And we're all out.
Peace.